Tattva meaning truth, the essence of life. And for me, truth is all about, sort of going through the layers of a human being and the realities that we exist in, and to sort of understand, to get to the real truth, you really have to peel off every layer, and just we're sort of filled with experiences through our lives that sort of become a part of our personality or a part of our character, and all these layers and experiences and joys and moments of intense pleasure or sadness or whatever it may be becomes very intrinsic to us, becomes very characteristic of our personalities. And it's all about that. It's about enjoying this journey of life. It's about enjoying gaining wisdom through and finally coming to understand the truth, and appreciating or sort of coming to terms with your own true self. And it's at that moment that you kind of come to a great sense of understanding that it is, your pure essence that really matters. Nothing that you may have acquired over the years, physically, materially, emotionally, mentally, is really the truth. It is your soul, and it's that sense of eternity, that sense of truth that I wanted to describe and sort of translate into my collection. And hence, being a summer collection, I wanted to have a lot of sheer elements, a lot of fluidity and yet structure, because this is the duality that we have. We have this inner soft side, and then we have the body, which is the physical form that our soul sits in. And this duality, this juxtaposition of life, I wanted to translate that through the forms, through the fabrics, a lot of linens, a lot of malmal, a lot of khadi cottons, a lot of texture, the beauty of life. And I wanted to just use a lot of these fabrics to show this sheer quality within. The colors, again, there is a predominant use of white and ecru, which I think is the blank canvas in which you paint all the color. So, your life is filled with, it's how colorful you make it. And with the doses of color, red and cobalt blue, I wanted to infuse this sort of essence of vitality.
Our collection is called Chitra, and it's for spring summer. It's inspired by Pahari paintings from the north. They are famed for their brilliance of color, for their miniature, details, minute details within them, and they always revolve around a particular subject and people around them. So there are these different. It's almost like a study of society at that point of time, like you spoke about, like layers of people. And so our work normally stands for these different ideas, and I think through each and every season, what we try to bring out is different kind of things that are related to India, different inspirations that from where we are. In terms of colors, we've used a lot of pink oranges, indigo blues. We've used yellows, bright yellows, because these paintings were famed for that. So I think we've heavily borrowed our color palette from the paintings. But it's also the different, every time you look at the painting, you see something new, something very interesting, which is what our garments stand for. Every time you look at them, there's some interesting element in them. You'll find something new. The different layers, you take off one layer, you find something else. And it's also this, we've used a lot of fabrics which are hand-woven, completely, hand-woven Indian textiles, cottons, all of those. And we don't just use it because it's inspired by India, but I think that also our summer demands for these kind of fabrics. We need to understand that the country we live in, you need the cottons to wear. So the fabrics are like that. They're inspired by the silhouettes from these, around, who have so many things to do, dual roles, dual responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, being a working woman and going home to look after your baby. And this is something I've realized now, so maybe it's become slightly more evident, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
And so our collection sums up, you know, these different elements. And we've worked with, they're very relaxed, comfortable silhouettes, you know, light fabrics for the summer.